Hey, young alumni. I'm Sam Clark, and you may know my face from touring Yale or from that time that I was president of Harvard Undergraduate Council for like 5 minutes. And I'm popping up on your feed to tell you about an unprecedented opportunity to get your voice and the voice of countless other young alumni and undergrads heard in Harvard administration. And that is through the Harvard Board of Overseers. I don't know who they are. You don't know who they are. I don't know my next line. You don't know who they are, I don't know who they are, but if the Harvard Alumni Association has your address, which they probably do, then you probably get a ballot from them once a year saying you should vote for who's going to be on the Harvard Board of Overseers. If you're like me, you look at it and you probably throw it away because you're like, I don't know who this is, I don't know who they are, I don't know who any of these old people are. But that's about to change. The Harvard Board of Overseers is, I'm going to read this part, the highest democratically elected board at Harvard, and it advises the university on administrative decisions and policy. It has the power to name the president of the university and to approve new members of the Harvard Corporation who control the $30 to $40 billion something endowment. So, they're powerful, they control a lot of money, and they make some big decisions. A big reason that undergrads oftentimes can't do a whole hell of a lot to change things at Harvard through the UC is because this is the elected board that actually throws the most weight around the administration. Now, in theory, the board, who is elected by alumni all over the world, represents the interests of alumni, both young and old, and it makes decisions to benefit Harvard and its students. But here's the thing. The average overseer graduated from Harvard about 3 decades ago. All right, so it's hard to be in touch with the interests of undergrads and alumni when you graduated from Harvard before, not before Facebook existed, not before Instagram existed, not before TikTok existed, but before the internet existed. That's the average age of members of the Harvard Board of Overseers. But we have an opportunity to change all that. Harvard Forward is a new campaign started by recent Harvard grads, which strives to get a young, diverse, forward-thinking slate of candidates elected to the Harvard Board of Overseers to represent young alumni and undergrad interests, to advocate for student voices, to take the lead on climate justice and on divestment in a way that can actually be impactful and can actually represent the values and the interests and the voices of young alumni and of undergrads. Harvard Forward has assembled a slate of 5 young, diverse candidates from 4 different Harvard schools, many of whom have experience in advocating for student voices, in climate justice activism, and in more. So what comes next? Harvard Forward needs your help. We need 3,000 signatures to get these 5 impressive, amazing candidates on the ballot. And that happens through Young Alumni Networks. So hit up your acapella alumni group email list, hit up your Facebook group from club sport, hit up your group text from of all your blockmates, or your smaller group text for the blockmates who you actually talk to and like. And then finally, at the end of all that, we need your vote. So let's do it. Let's move Harvard forward. That's the name of the thing. On climate justice, on divestment, on actually advocating for and listening to student voices and young alumni voices and the people who make Harvard what it is. So click what I assume is probably a link below or somewhere around wherever this is posted to learn more about Harvard Forward, what you can do about it, how you can help, and they can probably answer a bunch of questions they might have. Do it. Also, this is not a prank. I feel like I should say that. Probably don't have a lot of good grounding to say that and have you believe me, but it is. I mean, this would be a long way to go, everything that's in the link below and putting together the 5 candidates and having, built their impressive young careers over the last several years and, putting together this really incredible team of young, dedicated people doing all this. That would be a good prank if it was a prank. Yeah, prank. Divest from fossil fuels. This is a great prank. Yeah. All right.